YouTube fam? I'm back on here again. I'm talking about negative ego. You know, egos, man. I mean, I've been dealing with egos for so long. My ego, this person's ego, it's just, it's it's work. It's work. But I wanted to get on here and talk about my experiences with negative egos and the negative ego within myself. And I wanted to start off by saying, like, the negative ego within yourself, it's like it's designed to kind of protect you. It's designed to protect you. It's like it's a bunch of thoughts, and it's like a belief system that you created in your head. Like when you were younger, you don't even know that you created this ego, but you created this ego within your head to protect you from certain things and protect you from getting hurt, and for you to go just as far enough to not bother your ego. Ego A negative ego can really cripple you. It can really hinder you from doing the things conducive to a happy life, because the ego wants you to be comfortable. It doesn't want you to go beyond or go past the belief system that you created. For me, I deal with more of a negative ego. It responds to me very negatively, and it really it tries to cripple me when I am not in a state of awareness. So if I'm just so busy and I forget to check on myself and to check to see what's going on, I can get caught up in my ego so quickly, because when I mean, the ego, it knows you, you know, it knows the part of you, and it knows how to control you if you let it. So one of the first things that a negative ego can do to you, and what it does to me a lot, it makes me compare myself to other people so much. Compare, you know, my accomplishments to the next, compare my looks to the next, my body to the next female woman, my material possessions to the next. And what it does is just makes me feel like I'm not good enough, like, because I don't have what he or she, well, because I don't have what she has, or something like that. It just really makes me feel like I'm not good enough. And I think that is because, like I said, the ego is a belief system. So at some point in my younger years, I told myself that I was not good enough. So when I deal with something like comparisons, if I feel like somebody has something more to offer than I do, I feel like I am not good enough. So that's one of the negative things that my ego does to me. Another one of the things that the negative ego does to me is it, or to you too, it self-sabotages. So it's like I have to, I have to sabotage a situation before, because I think it's going to end. So when I think it's going to end, or I just start to self-sabotage, like, let me just do this because I know it's going to end anyway. My ego is telling me that it's going to end. You know, there's things that's adding up, you know, just like it added up in the past, so I know something's about to happen, so let me self-sabotage. And it just really messes up good things, good relationships, good bonds, friendships, you know, situations that you have, because, you know, your ego is in there messing with you, you know. So that's another one of the ways that my negative ego, you know, it handles me, you know. Another way negative ego affects me is just pretty much Another way my negative ego affects me is that it just cripples me from following my dreams. And although I'm following my dreams at an all-time high right now, it comes in periodically and tells me that I'm not good enough, and that why are you doing this? You're never going to succeed. And you're doing this for what again? You know, everybody else has that same business that you have. Everybody else has that same dream that you have. So what makes you so different? My ego constantly makes me feel like I'm not special, you know? So my negative ego definitely had a hold on me, because now we're talking past tense. So I wanted to get into, how does your negative ego affect you? Because I know some of the things that I just mentioned, I know we're all going through it. We all have similarities, and I just wanted to, comment and let me know how your negative ego affects you, because I say all that to say this. We all have that negative voice in our head and that negative ego talking to us. But here are some of the things that work for me, to the point where my ego's there. It's always going to be there, but it doesn't affect me as much as it used to. So one of the things I notice is that when something is happening and something is going down, I instead of reacting, I just go quiet. I get quiet, and I listen to those initial thoughts. Those initial thoughts will be your negative ego speaking to you. And you'll know that it's your negative ego speaking to you, because it'll say everything in the book to you negatively. Oh yeah, they're trying to play you. Oh, they're trying to come for you. Oh, they're jealous. Oh, they're, and that's the negative ego. And that will cause you to lose people. It will cause you to lose people. It will cause you to look crazy too. It just causes a whole bunch of confusion. So another one of the things that you want to do when something like that happens is just really pause and listen to the thoughts before you react. And even though you may want to react so quickly, do not, because that's ego. That's ego. For real. So don't react so quickly. Next thing you want to do is you just want to become aware of the situation, become aware of your mood and how you're carrying yourself throughout the day, from the time that you wake up throughout the day and work week, and just kind of tap into yourself, and you'll see if your ego is there, because that person or that little voice is there. It's there when you're in the mirror getting ready for work. You don't look good. Oh, look at that muffin top. Oh, your butt is flat. Oh wow. Also, your hair looking a hot mess. Like, your ego just starts. It just starts for no reason. It's just there, and you'll know. Also, like I said, even when you're at the gym or when you're at work and somebody looks good or whatever, it's like, she don't look that good, she blah blah. That's come on, that's ego. So kind of check yourself, because you don't ever want to create all those negative thoughts, and what you think about people, you ultimately just think of that, of yourself. So stop your negative ego talk, before it happens. And when you keep shutting it down constantly, it'll be so much easier to manage, and it'll just be so easy to manage that it'll pop up and you'll be like, no, hold on, that's ego, hold on a second. You will know. So become aware of your negative ego. Become aware of your negative ego and that negative self-talk, and don't let it cripple you. Don't let it ruin relationships for you. Don't let it ruin the relationship you have with yourself. When that negative voice comes into your head, you want to shut it down almost immediately. You do not want to entertain it, because then you are giving life to the negative thought. Shut it down almost immediately. It's just my whole take on things. You probably will feel a little different, but just comment below and let me know some of the negative things that your ego has told you about yourself, and let me know if you lost anybody, you lost any friends behind your ego, if you lost any jobs behind your ego. Another big one, for people who think that they don't have ego or they dealt with their ego, they'll say, I don't have an ego, I dealt with that a long time ago. You know, we all have ego, you know, we all have it. It's just some can manage it better than others. Some notice it right away, some don't, you know. But let's call each other out from now on. If it's ego, oh girl, that's your ego talking, you know, check yourself, become aware of what's going on with you, you know. So I hope those tips helped you. They really helped me along the way, identifying, you know, if I'm just ego tripping or not. And most of the time I would be ego tripping. So listen, comment. Like I said, I want to hear all about, you know, the things that, you know, your egos tell you, because I know, you know, it does a lot of harm. It definitely does a lot of harm. But anyway, until next time, I'll be chatting with everybody soon. Have a good day.